I mean, I don't think you have to wear a shirt if you don't want to. I mean, if it's just more comfortable. So I don't think you have to wear a shirt or a jacket if you don't want to. I mean, after a fight like that, you can sit up there without the shirt on if you want to think.
Women and children watch this, mate.
Fair enough.
Got to keep it straight.
Heck of a fight, man. Obviously, just a phenomenal fight from start to finish. A battle for you for sure. How are you feeling physically right now?
Yeah, a little sore. It was a hard fight. It was a fight I expected to go this way because I've just always known I don't know, something I always had a gut feeling that we would fight one day for one. And two, I just knew it would be a hard fight. He's a hard fight. I know he's had a bit of a skid and people think we're underselling him a lot, especially because when you get that 8 next to your name, it looks bad, I guess, for all the bookies and everything. I think people sleep on him a lot. I knew this was going to be a hard fight, and you could see that. Every strike I would land, he would take 2 steps forward. He was a tough guy. I head kicked him in the first round, and he just made it a wall the entire other 4. So, hats off to him.
Yeah, he lived up to it. Like you said, the aggression was there the whole time. I mean, he hit you a couple times as well. I mean, certainly you didn't get out of there unscathed. You said no surprises, but the fact that the pace just never stopped, was that shocking to you at all, or was it mentally tough for you to stay at that level the whole time?
The pace of the fight? Was it a fast-paced fight, was it?
Yeah.
I can't tell, was it there? I guess a key component was, and part of a strategy that me and my team devised in the month that we had for him was to attack him. It's a small octagon, so I had to play to that. I had to play to that, cater to it, if you would. And the idea was be first, attack, make him pay. If he comes forward, make him pay. If we're standing there, if he's in mid-range, make him pay. And I think that's half the reason why the fight pace was as it was, because I was always in there. Because to take a step backwards was to be cut off. Every time I take a step backwards, I was cut off, had to circle out, and that's when he would go in and try to go heavy.
Is there any part of the fight, I mean, I know you'll want to go watch it again, but standing here right now, is there any part that you're most proud of? I mean, you showed great wrestling capabilities. You showed great movement. You showed, your striking, great shot selection. I mean, is there one part of that, all of that stands out to you the most?
Yeah, there is. Right at the end when he tried to fat man roll me and continued the spin, that's my black belt jiu-jitsu coming out there. Gracie Smeaton Grange, that's all I work. I work a lot of jiu-jitsu there with everybody, and I'm looking forward to going back home and opening up a new, bigger gym.
Nice. Well, it was a great performance. Of course, you said the calendar stopped now, but the question beforehand was, hey, when you win, will you call for the title fight afterwards? You're not chasing anything, but will you call for the title fight? So as you sit there now, does somebody owe you a championship fight right now?
It's funny. It's like after the win, everyone's calling for it for me. And that's kind of how I've always taken to the approach of fighting, is that if you beat them all, there's nothing. You're eventually at the top. It's a simple path, and there is no fight that makes sense for me other than that title shot, and that's the shot that I want and I'm getting. It's one of those things. I go home and look at my injuries. Look at my body, because that was a tough fight. You guys saw it. But I think the borders in New Zealand are the best they've ever been. So September, I think we can get a packed out stadium there and just once again pump the industry down there in MMA as a whole.
Very nice. Last thing for me, I know you want to enjoy this moment. Obviously, a great performance, but Israel did send a tweet your way. Good job, my son, I think it read. What do you take from that? Any disrespect for my son in there? Does that irk you a little bit, or do you say, hey, the champ's giving me congrats?
No, I've played video games my entire life. I am no stranger to trash talk, and honestly, he gets to do it. He won the last fight between us both, so a little. I guess it was coming, right? It's just him being him, I guess.
Hey, Rob, to your right. Did you talk to Dana after the fight at all?
Not yet.
I texted with him, and you used the word "makes sense," and he said to me, I said, Adesanya Whittaker next, and he said, that makes sense. So is that good to hear, just the fact that you and he are on the same page in that regard?
There is no other fight. There is just that fight left. I have defended the number 1 spot 3 times against the next big thing. I took this fight with Gastelum on a month's notice when Costa pulled out. Wish I was going to fight Costa too, right? So, and I took it, a switch from, number 2 to number 8 or number 3 to number 8 or whatever it is, and I still took it. And I adjusted, and I got the win once again against a hard opponent. They gave Adesanya himself a hard fight. So I know that's the only fight left.
I would agree with that. There are some people that would say, and he was here tonight, Marvin was here, and Marvin would say, the momentum he's had and what he's done, he deserves it, and that you should fight for a number 1 contender. And I'm just kind of curious, when you hear that, do you have any thoughts on his comment?
I fought nothing but number 1 contenders. You know what I mean? I've already ran the gauntlet. Everybody that was running for a title or that had a title shot if they beat me, I beat. That's it. It's honestly, I like Marvin. I guess he's all right, but I think there's fights he still needs to make. I don't think he's fought some of the top 3 dudes, which are the top 5 dudes really, that are really up there and killing at the moment, like the dangerous guys. But he can wait his turn. Let me have my fight, and then he can fight the winner of that. Relax.
The other thing I wanted to ask you was just, you said the other day you had something up your sleeve for Adesanya if you ever got back to that fight. We saw that wrestling in there tonight. Is that kind of what the trick up the sleeve is for Israel?
Oh, it wouldn't be a secret if I told you right now, would it? It's I guess we'll have to wait and see. It's who knows what I do? Maybe I do the same bloody thing. You never know. It's one of those. All I do know is that I'll give the fight the attention and focus it deserves and needs, and I'll speak with my team, and we'll work as hard as I can. And then when we get to the fight, I'll leave it all in there, like I always do.
Hey Rob, you had Michael Bisping singing your praises, calling it a masterclass and one of your best performances. I'm sure you have to go back and watch it again, but sitting there right now, how do you rank this performance compared to some of the others in your career?
Just like all the others, just another one in the pile. It's a hard fight. It's 5 rounds. I went the distance. They suck. Fighting 25 minutes against a dude that won't go away, and you have to keep hitting, and he will not go away, and he hits like a truck the entire time. It sucks. But honestly, it's just another fight for me. This is what I do. This is my career. This is how I earn a living. This is how I provide for my family, and this is who I am. And that understanding is what I came to during my break. Is that this is who I am. This is what I do. So I come here, and I don't get excited for fights. I don't get excited for opponents. I come here, I do my work, I get in there, I switch on, I fight, because that's what I do. And then I go home to my babies.
You made it clear that you thought Kelvin was going to be a hard fight. It was a hard fight. After you've been in there and you hit him with some of the shots that you did hit him and he was able to take them, was he harder than you thought, or was he just about where you kind of anticipated him being?
Honestly, he was right where I thought he would be. I just knew he was tough and he'd hit hard. I knew his left hand was his most dangerous feature. He knew that too. That's why he didn't try and wrestle me. That was the whole game. Avoid getting hit with the left and hit him as much as I can. Quite simple when you break it down like that, eh? You guys could probably do it.
Yeah. Last question for me. While you're in the octagon, Jake Paul knocked out Ben Askren in under 2 minutes.
Yeah. Did he?
He did. I wondered if you had any thoughts on that.
Guess nobody saw that coming. but Ben Askren is not known for his boxing, but is he?
Not really.
But good on him. Good on him. He's doing his thing. He's just do your thing. He's doing his thing. Good on him.
Would you fight him for $500,000?
Yeah, I'd fight him for less.